Hi, I'm Finn. Right now, I'm going up to go camping in the Allegheny State Park. Started off my trip poorly by submerging my foot in the reservoir and accidentally dropping my car key in there, but we got it back. Today I'm going to be hiking up and camping in the cold, getting my own water, and taking some landscape photos of a creek I scoped out on Google Maps. It's supposed to get down to about 17 degrees in the morning, I think, but it could get colder. So notice I'm in pretty dense wooded area, but I believe this year there's been a new insect that's been boring into these trees and killing them off slowly. And with this massive windstorm we got a couple weeks ago, so many have fallen over. Hopefully it'll provide good dead wood for a fire tonight. So right now, I'm on something called the North Country Trail, which is a trail in the US that leads from, I believe, Maine to Michigan. And in this area, it's pretty sparsely used. Ooh, mushroom. So it's very hard to follow with all of the snow on the ground and fallen trees. Kind of blocked my path. So it's rough going. Now look at this tree I found. I'd love to photograph it, but right now my camera's in my pack and I don't really want to take too many photos on the way here. But check out that texture. It almost looks like a drawing of a tree more than a tree itself. So the sun has just gone behind some clouds and it is so much darker than it was a minute ago. It's quite ominous, really, because here, this time of year, sun goes down a lot earlier than it usually would. So, don't really want to have to be setting up in the dark, especially considering I came up here to get some photos in. Well, there's not much you can really do, but go along for the ride. Looks like the deer have forged the trail for me, so makes it a bit easier not to lose it until the deer go a separate way, I'm sure, and I'll follow the deer and miss the trail. So I didn't notice it earlier because it kind of happened slowly, but as I've kind of climbed up into the hills, the snow's gotten deeper and deeper. Before it was just an inch or two from the other couple nights, but since we've had such a sporadic season with the snow melting and thawing and melting and thawing, we've got icy crunchy snow at the tops. Something I love is down there, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the trees have kind of gotten covered in that snow from fresh snowfall, and I just think it's like a texture that kind of I'm obsessed with, is those white trees. Like here, it's just incredible to me. Just love how the trees are that way. That is all hill, and look at that tree. I'm gonna have to come back here next big snowfall and do some snowboarding up here. It looks real fun. This huge log pile up has stopped me, and it doesn't look high from the camera, I imagine, but it's pretty damn tall. There's like a natural kind of room in there from all the trees falling over. But I don't know where the trail's gone. There's a trail there, but where does it go from here? I guess I'm gonna have to jump and find out. Well, I've lost the trail because that big jam of trees kind of blocked my path, and it's so dense back there, I can't find a single trail marker. So I think I'm going to try and find my way west a little bit and hook up with that creek, and it should spit me out somewhere near the lean-to I'm trying to get to. So if not, we can set up camp here. It's flat enough, just plenty of snow. Yeah, let's find Wes. Beaver dam alert. Come out of the forest into this marshy area where this must be the creek that I scoped out. Completely lost the trail, which is a bummer because it's not great to be hiking off trail, disturbing nature. So I'm just gonna try to follow this little creek until I can find the trail again. I'm pretty sure it gets close. See that beaver lodge right up there? I always find stuff like this really cool. Okay, after a few technical difficulties, I found the lean-to up there. You see right there. It's not really habitable. It collapsed a little while ago, but I've got a creek and I've got a solid idea of where I am, so I can find the trail right up there. And right here I can collect some water so I don't... Ooh, that's nice flowing water. Wind's kicking up a bit too. And I'll collect this water so I can have enough to cook and drink tonight and not have to boil snow. JSP. I don't know if that's the skate shop, but if so, that's cool. Jamestown Skate Products. Well, it's gonna get dark soon, 4 o'clock, and I've gone ahead and chosen out a camp spot, which I'm gonna be staying the night at. So I could be in those trees and be a little bit sheltered, more sheltered, and it'd be warmer. But since these trees have been falling at such a quick rate, like they're falling all over the place, I'm going to kind of steer clear of them because I don't really want to get a tree falling on me. That'd kind of be a bad way to end a camping trip. So setting up right here, gonna tamp down a spot for my tent. All right, got that all set up. Now it's time for the tent. This is the first time I've been using this tent, so we'll see how setup goes. And it's a trekking pole tent, so the stakes, I hope the stakes don't pull out. All right, tent stakes are in. See if they'll hold. Okay, looks good to me. Quick tour. Gotta get the rest set up, but it's pretty damn spacious in there. So, set up camp, taking some photos, and it's starting to get near whiteout conditions out here. I've dug a hole in the snow for my fire, but with all the snow coming down, I don't know if I'll be able to make one, but that remains to be seen. It's hard to catch on camera, but it's snowing too heavy to shoot, and the snow is probably gonna mess with my fire. But I mean, I've got nothing to do because I can't bring my camera out, so I might as well just try to make a fire, see how it goes. Snow's died down a bit, still there, but now we've got a fire. I packed in wood, some kindling, so that, because I've had fires in the snow before, and it's harder than it looks. A lot of people don't realize that snow is like any other building material. When it hardens, it's kind of like you can cut it into blocks. So I got my saw, it's a bit buried in snow, but you just chop it down and dig down to the base so that the snow underneath it doesn't end up killing the fire. So we've got tomatoes and onions sauteing in there. I'm gonna have pasta in here. We're getting more take on that. I've made the fire. I took a couple shots of the tent, but they didn't really turn out too well. So I'm just gonna get some dinner going. Fire is dying because the wood is a bit wet, but we make do with what we got. So let's give it a shot. So when I'm cooking up my food, and my socks have gotten wet, my boots have soaked through, so I've got to be careful that my toes don't get frostbite. Yeah, pasta's cooking on the fire. Tomatoes and onions are pretty much done, but they can reduce a bit more. And tent is all set up, all my sleeping bags, so I can just curl up. A little worried about my feet. I don't want to freeze them, but if I put on my dry socks right now, I will get them wet if I put my boots back on. So I don't really want to do that. Right, let's take a look. We have got pasta, thyme seasoning, tomatoes, and onions. Now, there's probably not really enough room to mix it all up, but we can try. Okay, so there was a second there where my toes started getting really cold. So I kind of came in, took off my socks, put on new socks, and I'm in my sleeping bag just to kind of warm them up. They're getting better though. Finish up my dinner, and I'll probably go to bed. It's 7 o'clock right now, but it's been dark for... All right. 5:30 a.m. It's only gonna get colder from here on out. The night was pretty cold because if you look around, everything is covered in ice crystals inside the tent. That's all ice. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get my boots on. Whew. Ay, ay, ay. All right, for context, it took me 30 minutes to get into my boots, outside, a single bottle of water from the creek, and take a couple photos, like 2 photos out there. Oh my God. It's real cold in here. I think it's well below 0 inside the tent. You can see all the ice shards in there, but outside the tent, it's significantly colder. The weather forecast said it was supposed to get down to like 17, 16, but I would imagine that since that little bit of higher elevation changes quite a bit. Okay, water's boiling. I'll put in some oatmeal in there after it's done. And it's heating up quick, actually. Steam coming out the top. Okay. Well, I just got packed up and out hiking. I got a bit panicked because my feet were getting really cold and I couldn't warm them up, but from all the hiking that I've done, managed to find the trail back and my feet have warmed up sufficiently. So I think I'm going to try to get some photos in because there's excellent light down here. Man, it's just beautiful out here. I love it out. I'm hiking out and it's getting hot. My ears are freezing, but my back is sweating. So I'm having to stop every once in a while and eat some snow just to get my core temperature down. That and my water's frozen, so can't drink that. Gotta get water somehow. All right, I'm coming up towards the end of my hike, but last night I heard a lot of coyote growls and yelps. Yeah. Oh wait, here they are. Trails. Ooh.